Tonight, 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 I opened up my eyes. Tonight, 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 I'm wide awake and I'm breaking.
Hi everyone, welcome to Journey of Love with me, Harsha. It's a windy day. I'm actually at Holy Grounds and I decided to just quickly do this thought capturing video. I needed to just capture my thoughts. I've just checked on the horses. They're doing great. They're actually having a great nap in the sun and just happy and content, and I'm really happy and grateful and thankful to the Highveld Horse Care Unit, who was able to provide bales of teff grass for them, round bales, and I'm really happy about that. I'm so grateful for that, because I mean, the last thing I want or would be, I cannot tolerate seeing hungry animals. It's just not good. Okay, it's very painful. It's painful to see hungry people, and imagine seeing hungry animals. It's even worse. So I'm really grateful for that, and I really appreciate what they've done. And I just thought that I would start this part of my day with just recording what I was thinking and feeling yesterday around codependency. So I've gone through a little bit of a emotional blimp. It's kind of like falling into a very dark space around my work situation, especially during this time of coronavirus, where we have a lot of uncertainty that's going on. And sometimes if it's prolonged, I mean, when this all started, I was actually fine. I had started new work, a new contract. I went back to, it's like going back to an abusive boyfriend, right, or an abusive marriage. That's exactly what happened to me around March. I had no other option. My contract had ended with a really great firm. I wish I could go back there. It was awesome being part of that company. I actually felt like a human being, believe it or not. And the contract ended because the project that I was working on had come to an end. I'd finished all the deliverables and I'd handed everything over, and that was the end of the task. So they didn't have a need to keep me on, and they had to make a couple of changes if they needed, if they needed to keep me. They really had to make some changes within the division to keep me on board. So I was very happy. There was the happiest, I think it was the highlight of my career. It really was. It's like the most beautiful romance I've ever had. That was really, really awesome. It was like the best ever. I mean, I started my healing process there with Body Talk. It was where I found Body Talk, actually, on their wellness day, believe it or not. And it was the best thing ever. I was so grateful, so grateful. I've overcome so many things that I thought I would never overcome just by being in that particular firm and through Body Talk, and really healing inside and out. It's really amazing. And then the contract ended, and then I had to go back to the abusive relationship. I didn't want to, really. I had no other choice. And then the moment that happened, we went into lockdown, and then all work ceased. And then for the time that I worked, it was really a challenge to even get paid. And so, but anyway, you know what happens when you have someone from your past come back into your life, in your present life, and you think, well, let's give it a shot, let's see what happens, because we never quite really got it off the ground the first time. Perhaps time has elapsed, and perhaps lessons have been learned, and perhaps it could be different. Maybe they've learned lessons, and maybe they've healed, and maybe they've come to value me and all of that. And let's give it a shot. And then you do that, only to realize that was the biggest mistake ever. Okay, so there's a saying that when your past comes knocking on your door, don't answer it. It has nothing new to offer you. And that's exactly the situation I found myself in with regards to this particular work contract. But anyway, guys, what I wanted to talk to you about today was codependency. Okay, it's codependency. I had a thought in my mind, and I wanted to just I just I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so I had this thought in my mind yesterday and today. I went through a bit of a patch of doubting. Okay, now you need to understand that we have this incredible divine power that is guarding us, that is guiding us as well, through our every moment, our every waking moment, our every unconscious moment. We have this divine energy, this divine power that is guiding us, that is there with us, that is helping us all the way. And we don't understand things of the spirit in different realms. It takes a lot more understanding, a lot more wisdom to get to that point. But for now, what we have is what we see, right? And sometimes I get overwhelmed by what I'm seeing, right? And I forget that I need to keep a little bit more faith. I need to keep a little bit more confidence in this force, in this divine power that I call my God, right? I've got to keep that faith very strong. Life is different for everyone. We experience it differently. We go through patches that are rough, and some of us have really great moments. But again, even in the rough patches, we need to have this attitude of gratitude, and also to have this attitude of joy. I know this, right? I know it. And I've actually done it. Let me tell you, the week before, I had to meet with the high felt horse care unit, and I didn't know what the outcome would be. I was really nervous. I was really nervous about everything. Before I met with the high felt horse care unit, I thought all sorts of things that could go wrong. Because for one, we don't have stables, and 5 horses are pregnant and they need shelter, and I've failed miserably to get the shelter up since 2018. And what if they confiscate my horses? Well, they're not my horses, but what if they take them away? And I really don't want them to take them away. I had a whole host of things going through my mind that what could go wrong. And then I just stopped. I put on my YouTube playlist and I started dancing. I was in this happy mood. I just danced and danced and danced. I think I danced for about 2 hours, and I have a little round trampoline in my bedroom and I was busy hopping on there and just having a ball. And I had 0 Ks in the world. I just focused on that moment, and I brought in this energy of joy, of confidence, of peace, and of love in my space, and I removed all of the doubts that I had in my mind. So I know that I can do that. So why didn't I do that yesterday? I don't know. So yesterday I was having this very weird moment where work was of utmost concern to me. Not having no work was of the utmost concern to me, and I didn't know what and how I was going to do to survive, because let's just be honest here. I've been in survival mode my entire life, and it's not an easy place to be, trust me. when sorry, I was just looking at the goats. They're just on the other side there and bleating, so they seem to be safe, so that's good. Yeah, when you're in survival mode, I don't want to go back into survival mode like that, like I had been before. Because when you are in survival mode, you kill your femininity. You kill it completely, right? So you're just a different person altogether. You become almost like militant, if I can call it that. You know, it's like survival mode. You just, what's the task for the day? Let's get it done. No bullshit. Do not talk to me. Don't ask me how's my day. I have no interest in answering you. I just have to get this thing done. End of story. If I walk past someone in the mall, wherever it is, and they know me and they want to greet me, I'll just like, hi, that's it, and I'm gone. No concern for the next person is what happens to you in survival mode. And I do not want to go back there because it's a vicious place to be. You become someone you actually don't recognize, okay? And it's not good. It takes you away from your natural state of being love. And so I want to now, so I, you know, this is important. So when you recognize who you are and you understand your patterns and you understand your character, you work towards ensuring that if you're faced with a similar situation again, that you will not go back to being in that state, in that broken state, in that unnatural state. So yeah, so anyway, I then thought about codependency, and I said to myself, I'm actually fortunate that I don't have anyone to talk to about what I'm going through. Imagine, you know, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. Because I'm still thinking. I'm still thinking, like, would that be a good thing or a bad thing? You know, because okay, let's look at it. Codependency. When you are in a codependent situation, it is a selfish thing. Okay, it is considered a toxic behavior because you are doing it out of selfish needs and not out of love for the other person who is with you, right? Who you want to be in an arrangement with. A lot of the times, these codependent situationships actually serve only one person or serve each other, but not serving the relationship. You do not serve the union, right? The union is something that does not exist in a codependent situation. So in a codependent situation, partner A and partner B are together for their own selfish reasons, and because partner A has something that partner B wants and partner B has something that partner A wants, they come together and make this a relationship. But in actual fact, it's a situationship, right? Because love is missing. Now, when you have a situation, or when you have love, when you have two people coming together in a partnership or in a relationship, they are ideally, all right, ideally, you have to be healed, partner A healed, partner B healed. Okay, so when you come together, you complement each other and you blossom the union. Everything that you do makes the union grow, makes the union blessed, makes the union something that is a portal of creation for the greater good of the world. So that is my understanding, where codependency is toxic, right? Now, in a partnership where two people are whole, you will still find that someone will want to have, or not will want to have, that's a lame thing to say, but I mean, you know, one partner might be going through a really difficult time for whatever reason. Another partner may also be going through a difficult time. So does sharing each other's pain make the situation toxic? I don't know. But I mean, here's the thing. I don't know why I thought about it, but I mean, if one had to come into a partnership with someone, and yes, understandably, human beings will from time to time have emotional issues, have real life issues. They will discuss it, they will talk about it, but it doesn't mean that you are doing this all the time for attention. Now, when you are sharing issues and sharing problems with someone in a partnership or a relationship, you will actually do that because you care for the person, and you know that there is this open space, this safe space where you can talk, and your partner would want you to share what is worrying you, and so you would share that with them. But now, when you do it for okay, it wouldn't be like this. Okay, so my thoughts are all upside down now. So if you're whole and partner A is whole and partner B is whole, and you come together and the union is served, you're serving the union, you're serving and growing this union, and you're growing together with each other and making it good, it would not be toxic. Okay, so I'm answering my own questions here. Because if you had to, if you were not whole, if you were not healed, let's just say healed rather than whole, because most of the time, you can't say you were whole, right? To say that would mean you're perfect, and no one's perfect. So let's just say you've come into this this union, and you're healed. And if you're healed, you're not going to be seeking for attention all the time. So you're not going to be, you would have already healed your abandonment issues, which causes you to seek attention, right? So abandonment issues, any kind of betrayal, any kind of wounding, you would have healed them before you enter this relationship or this partnership. So when you're doing your sharing, you're not doing your sharing out of attention seeking. Make sense? I think it does. So in codependency, that is where the issue lies, is that these are two unhealed individuals who are looking for something that the other one has. Maybe the partner A is kind of providing this father figure, or providing this support, emotional support, or whatever it is, and partner B is absolutely enjoying this, and to get more of that, so it's like toxic, it's like an addiction, that they will continuously seek attention by wanting to be a drama queen all the time. Maybe that's a harsh thing to say, but what I mean by that is that they would always they'd always be in some kind of situation, some kind of trouble, some kind of drama, so that the other person would always give them their time. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It's getting really windy out here, and I think I'm gonna just now end my thought process session right here. And if anyone is watching, and if you have any comments, if you feel that what I've said makes sense, great. If you feel you could add to it maybe a different perspective, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, and thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your likes, for your subscriptions. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be going up now and seeing how the horses are doing, because generally when they are at peace and when they are calm and relaxed like they are now, I don't work on them. I leave them, I let them be. When they are kind of grazing, when they're grazing and walking around, that's when I try to stop them and calm them down, and then try to work on them. But they seem to be very happy, and I'm going to leave them like this today. just have a couple of errands to, well, not errands, but you know, a couple of chores to do, like grooming and just lunging them a little bit, and you know, making sure they're sprayed with insect spray, fly spray, that kind of thing, and hoof spray. So yeah, we'll do all of that, and that will be my day. So thank you so much for joining me. Oh, really windy day, but take care, have a wonderful day wherever you are, and don't forget to dance because that is actually what I'm going to do when I get home, really. That would be something to look forward to. Take care. Ciao, ciao.
Tonight, I opened up my eyes. Tonight, I'm wide awake and I'm breaking into. I can't make it. So will you save my life? Tonight, talking in my sleep, and I'm tired of feeling like a secret I can keep. I'm letting it go, I say it. So will you set me free? There's nowhere I can go inside my head. No place left to hide where your memory and found me in. Tonight, there's nothing left to dream. And this broken lullaby is all that's left to